One, I'm going to present to you one of the question that was given to me by Sir Romy. So here are the tasks that was given to me. First is to find the critical points of f on the given interval. We have to determine also the absolute extreme values of f on the given interval when they exist. And we are going to use a graphing utility to confirm our conclusions from the given task. So the given task, that's going to be number 40, where f of x is equals to x all over the exponent of square of the sum of x squared plus 3 on negative 2 and 2. In our problem, we determined that there is numerator and denominator. So in order for us to find the critical points, we need also to understand that we need to use the quotient rule. Okay, in our quotient rule, the critical points occur where the derivative of f prime of x equals 0 or where it is undefined. So we're gonna use the quotient rule. Okay, we have here d over dx of g of x over h of x is equals to the g prime of x times the h of x minus g of x times the h prime of x all over the square of h of x. So to remember the quotient rule as fast as we can, we will use a mnemonic. That's gonna be low d high, okay? We have here low d high minus high d low all over low square or low d high or high d low all over minus high d low all over L square, which means L, as you can see here, that's gonna be low. The derivative of high, okay, we have derivative of high minus high derivative of low all over low squared. Okay, so today we are going to apply the quotient rule to our task. So take note that this numerator that we have is going to be h or high, and this denominator that's going to be low. So what we're going to do is to plug in all of those on our quotient rule. Okay, it says low. Okay, we have the power of 2 of x squared plus 3 times the derivative of numerator, which is high, that's gonna be 1, minus the product of x and 2 times x squared plus 3 times 2x all over the square of denominator, which is the fourth power of x squared plus 3. Now, we are going to simplify it further. Then we have this one. So we have the square of x squared plus 3 minus the 4x to the fourth plus 12x squared. And then we are going to identify the common of them. Then we are going to simplify this further by getting this one. Okay, so we come up with x squared plus 3 to the power of 2 minus 4x squared, x squared plus 3. Okay, as you can see, we have the same common on the both sides of our left and right. And then we're going to get that so that we could have a common. Okay, so we have now x squared plus 3 times the difference of x squared plus 3 minus 4x squared. Then after that, we're going to get all the common terms so that we could simplify this further. Okay, for our simplification, we have the remaining. Now, what we're gonna do after this is we're going to divide both numerator and denominator, and then the remaining numbers, that's gonna be x squared plus 3 minus 4x squared all over x squared plus 3 to the power of 3. Then we have now here the 5. the final simplification from our original task. Then after that, to find where f prime of x is equal to 0, we solve this guy. We equate 0 to our f prime of x. And then we have now here. Then we cross multiply. We will have 3 minus 3x squared equals 0. And then we're going to put 3 to the other side. We have negative 3x squared equals negative 3. And then we are going to divide both sides by 3. Then we have we divide both sides by negative 3. Then we have x squared equals 1, right? So our critical points, if you're going to simplify this further to get rid of our square, we need to have the square. So the square root of, so we have uh, x equals positive and negative 1. So that's going to be our critical points. So now let's jump with our letter P, the task B. Okay, determine the absolute extreme values. What we're gonna do is simply use our original equation. So we have here now we're just gonna use the points that was given to us. That's gonna be negative 2 to 2. And of course, we already know what is our other critical points. That's gonna be negative 1 and 1. We're gonna use those things to determine where is our absolute maximum values and absolute minimum values. So from here, we're going to plug negative 2, then the result that's going to be approximately negative 0.008, or in fraction, we have negative 2 over 49. For our critical point, we have here negative 1 over 16. Okay, that's going to be negative 0.625. Okay, so that's gonna be our minimum, and the same goes with our uh maximum. That's gonna be positive. Okay, so therefore the absolute maximum value is 1 over 16 at x equals 1. Okay, and the absolute minimum value is negative 1 over 16 at x equals negative 1. So these are our critical points. So we determine that our minimum and maximum lies on 1 over 16 and negative 1 over 16, with the critical points negative 1 and 1. Now, the third task that we are going to do is to use a graphing utility to confirm our conclusions with our problem. So we have here the critical points already, that is negative 1 and 1. So we plug that one on our graphing utility. And of course, we are going to identify, we have the x here, negative 1 and 1. However, we are going also to identify where does 1 over 16, okay, 1 over 16 and negative 1 over 16. Negative 1 over 16 can be found on this portion, and 1 over 16 can be found on this portion. So as you can see, the wave that going up there, that's going to be our maximum and minimum values for this problem. So we have the minimum value, which is negative 1, and negative 1 over 16, and our maximum value, that's going to be 1 and 1 over 16. So that's all for my report for today, and thank you for listening.